What is up YouTube? This is Kai. We're back for another video. Today we're gonna be showcasing our deck that is recently got supported, and yes, today is the release date of the booster packs burst protocol for the OCG card games, and it has a lot of supports and a lot of generic cards in that boosters. We're all excited for the new Violet cards, new Rocket cards, and any other decks that got supported. But today I'm gonna be talking about a deck that is pretty much a fan favorite, or from my side, fan of the favorites. It's the deck that people have eyes on and did not have any single supports from as the day goes by, and now they have one splash of supports, although it's only 2 cards, but it's enough to make them have their appearance, and that is Exosisters. Following the tactical tri-decks of the other 4 archetypes, they all have their supports individually. We have Rescue Ace and Exosisters together in a booster packs, but today I'm going to be talking about Exosisters because, in my opinion, Exosisters is a very easy to play Xyz based decks that has really good, interesting, I should say, interactions against any others. So we'll be showcasing the deck with the 1 spells and 1 Xyz support from them. I'm gonna be showcasing the sample combo, or at least I should say the bigger combo for them, which have synergy with each other of the spirits monsters like Aratama and Sakitama. So without further ado, let's go into the profile first. So we're still in the testing phase, but I tested like 2 days, and it's kind of, I feel like the support is done more than enough. I'm actually satisfied. So first off, the basic 3 Marfa and the 3 Alice. This is a must. Not much to say about this because you need to play 3 and 3 because Marfa only brings out Alice, and Alice can stretch yourself out as long as you have Exorcism on the field. You need 3 and 3 because you have more ways to search them now. Not like before, you can only use like the Exorcisters packs. You have more ways, which I'll show you guys. And also Alice have the effects to search them itself if you control Exorcism monsters, so it's not a bad draw at all. Following up with 2 Sophia, 2 Stella, and 1 Irene. These are the names you needed. They have the, and for these tools, for Sophia actually, this helps you draw a card because the deck doesn't like dig into that much. Irene also draw a card, but I have to return access to the card from hand to the bottom deck, but you still need it as well. This is the most minimal number I can think of. I was playing 1 and 1, all 3 these are 1, but I need monsters, so you need more. Not Irene, because Irene is like less likely to have the much of them, so that's all you needed. That's all the Exorcism monsters. And for the other support monsters, Aratama, Sakitama, and the best spirit monster of the deck is the I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry. Ichisasarihime. You don't know what this card does? It's a spirit monsters. When this card's on the field, if you have a monster on the field that is 800 attack or defense, you can activate this effect. If you do normal summon it, and the card summons, you get to search a monster with attack 800 or defend 800s that is a level 4 light or dark. So any single one of your Exosisters are light or dark and have 800 defense or attacks, so you can search every single one of them. And Aratama can search this, and this plus this is full combo. You just normal summons. Even if your opponent maxes, they don't get that much draw, although different from Purulia, but yeah, you get the point. So this only need 1 because it doesn't guarantee the follow-ups, because if you have this and any others, if this gets stopped, the others can't help you. That's why I put this in 1. For Sakitama is the splashable ones because it's just normal summon for no good reasons. And Sayuri Hime is, even if it's 1 card in your hand, you summon, you get to search any others if you already have something else. If you have this and this already, you can summon this search for Marfa, and then this summon itself to make Exosister, and then Marfa just jump up. It is still full combo. And also it says if you have monster with attack 800 or defense 800, so doesn't mean it has to be spirit monster. It can be any single one of this. So this is a better one, and you have to play 3 because you want to see this more and more often. Now for the hand traps, there's more good reasons to play more hand traps now because of the new supports of Carmel, 3 Ash, Maxis, Fualos. I play Bell because of the Mitsu matchups and the other matchups like Malice, etc. And I main deck Shifter. There's more reason for you to play Shifter now because of the Carmel. If you Shifter first and then you make Carmel, and then your Karma somehow stays on the field, during your opponent's turn you can interact with it, you can add back the Shifter and you can just ditch it to another turn to bait out anything that they want. So that's why there's more reason for you to play Shifter now. And Belt as well, because you, like I said, the Exosisters are a very pretty simple deck as you play. You realize it's very simple decks, and they don't have that many like turn 0 or the big combo, extend, overextend, that kind of stuff. So you need more hand traps to interact with them. But it's a sad thing that this deck cannot play cards like the Dominus Impulse, Dominus Purge, or even Dominus Spiral, which is not really a downside. You get more places to play board breakers, to play hand traps that you easily can play. And also for being level 4, so you have this, if you somehow have Saki Tameda and Exorcist, this still can get you play, so that's why you play this. That's all the monsters. For now, the spells. 3 packs, you still need to play it. It's a quick play to search, because if you notice that every single one of the spirit monsters have you search, so it makes us vulnerable to draw, because for now everyone is maining draw and lockbird due to the Mitsurgis and the Raizo matchups, Raizo Automata Raizos. So allowing ourselves vulnerable into draw is kind of a bad thing, although this deck search especially like a lot after you actually summon, so it's definitely needed as well. And also if you shifter them during the main phase, they can't, if this resolve, they can't draw anymore, so you guarantee post basically every single one of your search. And if you ditch the shifter and they like maxi use, you can use the spirit package to do minimal of special summon. You can just make one Michaelis or one Karma and just pass turn. Your opponent maxi just draw 1, and you guarantee 1 and 2 follow-ups, which is kind of nice. Although draw doesn't affect much if you play Karma, because it sets during the end phase instead of search. So that's why you need 3 packs to as like the chaining of follow-up. And the next spell is the one badass card. I'm telling you, I'm start saying foreign language. Exosisters, but Madel. But you guys want to know what this card does? When this card resolves, you get to search 2 Exosister monsters from your deck, and then if you do, discard a card. The discard doesn't matter because you have ways to edit that anyway. If you discard the important stuff, you can use Carmel to add it back during your opponent's turn if your opponent somehow activates the effect and you yourself about it. And then the second effect is you can target one face-up monster you control. If you do, normal summon one Exosister that is listed in that monster's effects. So your Exosisters have the different names in their card text. So if you have Alice, you can go for Sophia, and then go for Irene, etc, etc. And for the third effect is when your opponent's monster sent to the grave, you may add this as effect. Even during the damage step, you can choose one of them to banish it, which allows some of your Exosister's effects to trigger, because they say when a card is moved from the graveyard, then you can actually summon. So this do came like handy, especially against a deck like Orcus or like Malice. If they already used up the effects to link climb, and then you have this, you make one of their monsters vanish, they're gonna have to use another way to make it back. If they use like the Splash Mage or something else, they have to use something else to kind. And also, not to mention, not just banish their graveyard, but triggering your Exosisters as well. That's why this needed to 3, although only on resolve it. But it is what it is. You still have to play. I don't mind side out this third one for post side, but I'm keeping it because because for now these and Marfa are your Ash baits now. So if you activate this, they Ash this. If they Marfa, if somehow they Dominus Impulse for whatever reasons, and then when you normal summon Aratama into the Sayuri Hime, it's basically your combo just gonna go off. Not to mention that yes, you do get normal summon, and impermanence is not really that good in this format, so you're basically just gonna go off. And also you have three starters to bait out interruption, to bait out hand trap. That is more than enough for standard decks. So I believe that's why this is good. And the last Exosister is Exosister Armament. This is to, I use it to dodge target once, but sometimes I just want to change targets, like against certain matchups I go for other Exis or just go for Carmel or whichever. And last is the hand trap hits. You need this, you need Digmors as well. For this as well, because you now have a lot of ways to bait hand traps, bait interruptions, so this is gonna go off. And then the last one I play is the new card, the Forbidden Crown. I'm still testing it because I was playing Droplets, but this deck has little to no resources, so Droplets is gonna cost us a lot. And yes, even with the new Mattel, but you wanted to keep it on the field in order to like extra normal summons or extra DD Crow, so that's why it's not good to send this. I played this just because if I go second against Mitsurugis or like the decks that make IPs during the draw phase, with this I choose IP, so they can't IP anyway. They can't IP away, the IP is just gonna stay there, so I don't have to worry about it. I can worry about other stuff, and then monster effect cannot respond. So even if you draw phase, whatever, it's gonna go off. And the last card is Eternia. Easier to search. I wish I can play more, but it's once per turn. So if I can play more, I'm definitely play more. It's, you can't use both like once per turn. You can only play one copy, so it's kind of sad. I wish I can play more. So every turn I can like splash Karma and then just set this every single turn. It's just kind of strong, man. That's all for the main deck. 40 cards. For the extra deck, the new cards. 2 Karma. You need 2. 1 is not enough. You need 2 for the grind games, and then it's the only one, I would say the only one with 2600's attack among all the normal Exis of the Exosisters. And then you got the number this card is, when this card is actually summoned, you can activate this effect. During the end phase, you can set a Exosister's spell trap from deck, grave, or banish from anywhere. So even if it's shifter, you still get to set back your Eternia, which is really, really absurd. I'm not expecting her to set from anywhere. And then the second effect is when the opponent activates a monster effect or normal spell or normal trap, you can activate this effect. By detaching all the materials, change the effect into your opponent's add a card from their grave to the hands. So, like I mentioned, you can search through and discard 1, you can discard all of this, and then this just aspects. You add back shifters, you add back maxis, you add back callback, add back your whichever it is, add back your post size. This card is too good to be true, but luckily they print it, so yeah. 3 Michaelis, you need 3, these are the most special ones, that's why you need 3. No reason to play 2. I feel that this is the only one with quick effects to banish, pinpoint, and then yeah, this is the more flexible one. Carmel is the fixed one because you need to summon for the follow-ups. This is the flexible one, so that's why you need 3s. Magnifica, you need 2. 1 is not enough. 1 for go first. Second, in case you go second, you want to push for games. If you lost the first one, you still get the second one. So yeah. And then Caspatel for search monsters, and also can I be sure monsters are better for the monster from the grave. So against like Mitsurugi, if they summon back their Habakiri, their Murakumo from the grave, they can kill you for whatever reasons. And then detach material, neither player can special summon monster from the graveyard for the rest of their turns. So this also shuts down Mitsurugi, and also shut down Malice, the GWC, and not to mention, yeah, you don't need the mirror mesh as well. So yeah. And then one-offs, Asofio and Gerain. This is for the names. You need to play it because you'll find out the choices afterwards, but you have to play it. And the rest, Baguska, Exciton Knight, Twilight Eclipse. This was Typhoon. I was playing Typhoon, but this I never really used it. But by the time I used it, it's probably gonna be game anyway because this does almost the same thing as Magnifica. You just push twice, and the last thing is Zeus. So that's all it is. This should be Typhoon. Or just SPs in my opinions. For the side decks, I play more of a straightforward draw for most of the matchups. For against mirror match, I'm not recommending it to play draw for Exosisters because if you play correctly, even if you draw, they make Martel and then set a trap, you still get to face it anyway. So draw is for like the other decks like the Ryzels or Mitsurugis, and then Lancia, respecting the Orcus and then the Malice matchups. Back row hates, there's a lot of back rows nowadays. The Alpha Feast, even Mitsu, like some even play trap style, so I have to respect them for some ways. The third Fua is. And then for more removals, I play the evening match because Lancia's not gonna use again use you, so why bother? Just evenly, and not once per turn. Against Alpha Feast, this is strong because you banish them, they are almost no ways for them to add back from the graveyard unless like they're gonna grind from the deck again. So you have 4 back row hits. So yeah, you're gonna break boards regardless. And then break boards make Michaelis, pinpoint banish, search the Mattel, search for 2s, the 2 summon, make Carmel, and then still full combo. And then the go first for hits, Solemn and Soul Drain. Soul Drain is for every single grave deck out there. Sorry, I just can't. This is the only floodgate I like for this deck. It's pay 1000, banish and graveyard can monster effects. You know Malice, no Mitsurugis, no Lunalights, no a lot of things. Yeah, so that's right. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the more basic 1-card combo. The 1-card combo is more just the. I'll show you the more I would say greed combo. You're gonna go through your whole decks. You guys basically just hold your whole deck. So we'll start off with Aratama and a random discards. So the combo here is we gonna normal summon Aratama. Aratama effects gonna fetch a spirit monsters. So from here we're gonna fetch the Sayuki Hime. Correct me if I pronounce the name wrong. I probably butchered the name a couple of times. So yeah, and then Hime's effects gonna review the normal summons. The effects gonna search attack 800 monsters. So here we're gonna search for Marfa.
Okay, that's like cheap. So expensive.
Marfa, and then this 2 is gonna go into Michaelis. Michaelis effect. Michaelis effects gonna detach and search for Martel. And then Martel gonna search to discard 1. For now we're gonna search Sophia and Stella. And then we're gonna ditch 1. Gonna ditch the Fualos, doesn't matter. And then Marfa's effects, gonna review itself. Special Marfa and Alice. And then Madea effects gonna target Alice. Summon 1. Normal summon 1. I have to get used to it. We are normal summon, not special summon. So normal summon the Exosister that's on the server. So you're gonna summon Stella. And then during main phase, effects are gonna summon Exosister from hand. So this I gain 800s, and then effect if you control another Exosister monsters, you draw a card. So I'm gonna draw a random card. And then we're gonna go these 2 into not you. Capsitel, because the effects gonna detach and search Alice. And then Alice effects if you control Exorcist monsters, because summon this card from hand, so you get special summons. And then Stella and Alice is gonna make Carmel's effects, triggers, and face gonna set 1. So here you got 2 choices. You can either keep the Martel, or you make with these 2s, or you can make with these 2s. So for me, I'm gonna make with these 2s. I'm gonna make these 2 into Benfica. So here gonna declaring end phase, and end phase effects gonna set Returnia. So with 1 Artama and 1 extra discard, you have Benfica, a crit effect banish. You have a Returnia banish as well. So make these 3 if you somehow actually can banish 3, 1, 2, 3. And you have Carmyle with the Omni negates to add whichever you discarded. And then you have these 2 DD Crow, and then you kept Marfa because Marfa you get a trigger from your opponent's if the graveyard is moved, you get to exceed summon. So here you can choose to exceed the either one if you want. So this is 1.5 card combo to make all of these. You can even one card combo as well, but you still need the discard for this in order to get the endurance move. So yeah, this is the one card combo. So guys, that's it for the deck profile of Exosisters post boss protocol support. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to see any more deck profile or gameplay from Burst Protocol, be sure to let me know down in the comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.